In this video, I'm going to share all the best trail camera highlights with you captured in the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate over the past couple of months in an area that's gone through a remarkable transformation because of the summer rains. And by the way, we've got some unfinished business. Some of you might recall that in the previous episode, I said if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll drive around here in the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate until I see a leopard with my own eyes. And boy, did you guys respond quickly. I got those 1,000 likes within just 4 days. So it looks like I'm going leopard searching. Now, the only reason I haven't started yet is because I took a much needed Christmas break. But as from tomorrow, I'll be out here in the estate trying to see a leopard with my own eyes. Now, I've got some other very exciting news as well. I started 2 brand new YouTube channels, the Safari Expert Trail Cameras and the Safari Expert Sightings. Now, the Trail Camera channel will feature the best trail camera footage from the Wildlife Estate, much of which never makes it onto the Wildlife Estate Diaries. And the Sightings channel will basically have all my best wildlife sightings filmed and captured on my adventures to national parks and game reserves across Africa. So if either of those or both of them sound like something that you might enjoy, please take a moment to subscribe to them as well. Welcome back to another episode of the Wildlife Estate Diaries, brought to you by Wild Heart Safari Lodge. As many of you will remember, by early October, the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate was bone dry. There was virtually no fresh grass or leaves in the veld, and management had to supplement the animals' food by stocking feeding stations throughout the estate. But when the first rains finally came, the transformation was quick and spectacular. Streams started flowing, trees pushed out new leaves, and flowers brought bursts of color to the environment. What was once dull and barren was now lush and green, and everywhere you looked there were new signs of life. Nowhere else in the estate was the transformation as obvious as at Cooper's Pond. Heavy summer rains had turned this dry little depression into a beautiful natural waterhole, visited by a remarkable array of thirsty animals. Despite there being so much standing water in the veld, the nearby Drongo troughs were still surprisingly busy. When I first saw the footage of an old leopard female walking past the troughs here, I just assumed it must be Kalúa, but when I looked closer, I saw that she's got a very wonky tail. So I then compared her spots with those of Kalúa and Zaha, the two dominant females here of the estate. And guess what? It's a leopard that I've never captured before on trail camera here in the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate. And I've since learned that she has been seen on the Air Force Base towards the east. Now, she walked past here twice in December, and I also captured some footage of her at the Rotsvay Burrows, which are located just north of here in one of the biggest blocks in the whole estate. On the other side of the estate, at Heron Dam, I nearly lost one of the trail cameras. I had placed Peter's camera on the edge of the dam itself to see what comes down to drink at the end of the dry season, and as expected, there was plenty of activity here. But then, while I was in the Kruger National Park, a massive storm hit the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate. After walking past it, my friend Ronnie sent me a message warning me that my trail camera was about to be submerged by Heron Dam's rapidly rising water level.
How's it, Phileas? Your trail camera is about to start taking pictures of fish.
I arrived back late the following day and waded in to see what the damage was, expecting the obvious. There's no way the trail camera would have survived being underwater. Well, that was unexpected. Hello. I wonder whether this still works. It'll be a miracle if it does. There you can clearly see how high the water went. Peter's camera was literally 2/3 underwater and it's still working. Amazing. Literally a stone's throw west of Heron Dam, Sharon's camera monitors the most famous tree in the whole Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate. But before I show you what animals visited it, let me quickly tell you about the sponsor of this episode, Wild Heart Safari Lodge. The Wild Heart Safari Lodge sits on the edge of the Greenbelt and offers 3 self-catering options: a spacious 6-sleeper house and 2 private cottages, a 4-sleeper and a 2-sleeper. The lodge is the ideal base for exploring the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate, with its well-marked self-drive routes, bird hides and scenic trails. Just minutes away, the town of Hoedspruit provides convenient grocery stores, curio shops, restaurants and cafes. From here, you can also easily venture further afield with a day trip to the world-famous Kruger National Park or a leisurely drive along the Panorama route to enjoy spectacular waterfalls, viewpoints and other must-see attractions. If you want to learn more about Wild Heart Safari Lodge or make an online booking, simply scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the video description. Right, let me show you what animals came past the marking tree over the last couple of months. A special visitor to the marking tree was fellow safari YouTuber Ella McKendrick, who joined me for a morning while I checked the trail cameras. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description and keep an eye out for her South African safari adventures over the coming months. If you follow the drainage line from Heron Dam back east, you'll get to a spot on the single track I call Second Bridge. Initially, right after I had put up a trail camera there, quite a few animals actually used the bridge itself, including jennets, a water mongoose, a porcupine, and most surprisingly, leopards. Both Kalúa and Mafu walked across numerous times, but for some reason, they didn't return at all in December. South of Second Bridge, along the boundary of the estate, Karen's camera monitors a hole in the fence line, mostly to keep an eye out for Kalúa and her cub. But as you'll see, plenty other creatures come past here as well. The most recent footage I captured of Kalúa and her cub was on the 26th of December. It's great to know that the little one is still alive, but frustrating that she hasn't brought it in deeper into the estate more regularly. Who knows, maybe I'll see them when I start driving around looking for spots. The last camera is located just down the road and also monitors the fence line. How special was that sighting of Kalúa just casually lying down right in front of the trail camera in the middle of the day? Now, like I said earlier, I'm now going to start looking for a leopard in person. And I just have a feeling that this might end up being the spot where I see one with my own eyes. And if you don't want to miss that episode, please take a moment to click the subscribe button. And don't forget about my two new channels as well, the Safari Expert Trail Cameras and the Safari Expert Sightings. It would really mean the world to me if you subscribe to those two as well. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, there are two other ways that you can support the channel as well. And the first is by becoming a patron of the channel. My patrons are nature-loving people from all over the world that make small monthly donations in return for some rewards like early access to the videos, behind-the-scenes footage, and also mentions in the video. If you want to learn more, simply scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the video description. And a massive shout out to all my current patrons, and in particular to Simon Wakenshaw and Geraint Izzet. Now, the second way that you can support me, if you like the t-shirt that I'm wearing, you can order that online together with a great variety of other African-inspired apparel by going to the African Apparel website. And again, you can simply scan the QR code or click on the link in the video description. And if you do so, you'll get a 10% discount when you check out. And remember that shipping is worldwide. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, hopefully with a leopard standing right next to my car.